And we're live. What a beautiful thing. Great week, great weekend, great weather. It's been absolutely beautiful this past weekend in Houston, Texas. Anyway, so here's a couple things that I've been thinking about and just wanted to get it out there, get your thoughts on it, see what you guys got going on. First one, I'm looking at this, and I know we're in an inflationary period, and inflation just means that prices have gone up over a period of time, 1 year over 1 year, for 3 months in a row, and that puts us into inflation. And I understand that. I think we all understand that. Prices can't stay where they're at. And there's always going to be, ups and downs, inflationary periods. But I can't figure out. There's a huge difference between inflation and price gouging. And I laugh at all the memes that I see on social media where it shows the guy with the 2 sheets of plywood in the back of his truck, and the meme says, "Yeah, we get it, we get it. You're a millionaire. We understand." And then you see the difference between, $800 worth of lumber a year ago, $800 worth of lumber now. And it's not just lumber, it's steel, it's precious metals, it's cost of food consumption, everything. I was talking to my brother-in-law about this the other day, and there was a number of us. There's, half a dozen of us sitting around. And my brother-in-law is an amazing, amazing freaking contractor in Cypress, Texas. And we're sitting around talking, and the question was asked, why? And I repeated what I had heard and what I had looked up, and said, well, what they're saying is because of COVID, because of workers not being able to, and blah, blah, blah. And then once you get the guys going back to doing the saw cutting, and then, the mills are open again, and then you've got the truck drivers who are just now able to get back. And my brother-in-law brought up a really good point. If you look at it, a sheet of plywood a year ago, $14, $15. Now a sheet of plywood's $100 freaking dollars. And my brother-in-law taught me something that we all learned. Everybody who ever paid any attention to anything in any kind of business class or just in the free world, supply and demand. He said, "When's the last time that you had been to Home Depot or Lowe's?" I was there the other day, and he goes, "Did they have any plywood?" I said, "Man, they had stacks and stacks and stacks." And he said, "How can it be a supply and demand problem when the supply is so overwhelming? They probably have more right now than they've had in years. So where's it coming from?" Something that we don't want to think about because we're here on the Gulf Coast, and I was talking to a buddy of mine in Oklahoma City this morning about this. Down here on the Gulf Coast, we've got hurricane season coming up. And one of the things that is pretty standard for us is when a hurricane gets in the Gulf, depending on where it's aimed or where they think it's going to hit, or according to all the 75,000 different patterns that they come up with, we go buy plywood, and we plywood up our windows and stuff here on the Gulf Coast so we don't get debris flying through our windows or get our windows blown out and it tears up the inside of our house. There's going to be a real problem when plywood, even for cheap plywood, half-inch plywood is sitting at $50, $60 a sheet. Three-quarter-inch plywood sitting at $95, $96 a sheet. Something's going on, and I don't know what the hell it is. If any of you guys know what the hell is going on, just give us some ideas what's going on in here, because it's been driving me nuts. This is price gouging as far as I'm concerned. Everything has gone up here in the past, 70 days or so. The price of gas, price of food, everything else has gone through the freaking roof. But some of this stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I'm kind of worn out and tired of it. Another thing I wanted to talk about, crypto. So I've never been a big fan of crypto. I don't understand it, and I'm probably not smart enough to figure it out. And I've had a couple people try and explain it to me, and they explain it to me. People talk about, when you tell people something or you teach somebody something, you got to do it on a third grade level. Everybody I've ever had tell me either sounded like they're completely full of shit and they have no idea what they're talking about, which is pretty easy to see through, or the ones that actually did know what they were talking about were speaking on like a freaking doctorate level from Harvard or something that I didn't understand. And I still want to understand it, but I was doing some research the other day, looking at this Dogecoin. And because I just think it's funny and watching these people make money off of it. And I'm thinking, why the hell can't I make money off of it? What's going on with this? So I'm talking to a buddy of mine about Dogecoin. And if you haven't looked it up, it's really funny. Especially go in and look at the different descriptions, if you would. Robinhood explains it one way, and then what's the other one? Coinbase, I think it is, explains it completely different. It's really funny. It started off as a joke. It was a meme, and then somebody did something. There's an unlimited supply, which means they don't ever have to stop printing. But for some reason, it's going up in value. And I'm thinking to myself, how can it go up in value if there's an unlimited supply? I don't understand that. But anyway, I'll tell you one thing that I got a kick out of is when I was trying to do some research on the crypto, and we've all had the 47 people a day talk about being a crypto coach or whatever. I'm a Bitcoin expert and blah blah blah. How much Bitcoin do you have? Well, I don't have any right now, but I know how to do it. Okay, well, yeah, then you're not an expert as far as I'm concerned. You haven't put up your own money. What I found was, in total, in the world, there are roughly a little less than 200 forms of standardized currency that's accepted worldwide. And then I started looking to see how many forms of cryptocurrency are out there. Because remember, one of the things that I was told, and I don't know about you guys, I don't know if this is something you guys were told, or if I was just the lucky recipient of this, but one of the things is the idea behind cryptocurrency was to make basically like a world currency where everything was more simple, everything was more smooth. It was seen as currency around the world. And then I started looking it up to see there are over 4,000 forms of cryptocurrency that are being sold, traded, some of them on markets, most of them not, but over 4,000. I'm thinking to myself, okay, if the definition that I was told is accurate, that if crypto was to make the world currency easier and to have something that's allegedly backed by something, which I still, again, I'm not understanding. You're using U.S. dollars that you say are worth nothing to buy something that you can't touch that's inside of a virtual vault or just, again, still not getting it. I guess I'm not quick enough for it. But anyway, so I found that one kind of funny, that there's over 4,000 kinds of crypto, less than 200 forms of currency now, and it's supposed to make the world easier. So if anybody really understands it, I would love to understand what it is and the whys, and not opinions, the real, what it is. We've got a really cool one coming up on the 20th of May. Up in Rockwall, Texas, or Rockwell, Texas, if you know that joke. Looking forward to that one. Me and my buddy Billy Alt are going to do that one. That'll be a really good one, and that's open to anybody: realtors, builders, mortgage guys, insurance guys, anybody that wants to come to that one in Rockwall. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.